Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Red Roses here. I am back with another video, and this video is going to be a review video. I'm reviewing a movie that was released a couple months ago. It was released, I'm trying to remember the exact date. It was released on May 9th of this year, and I recently, well, it hasn't been very recent, of course, because this is actually a new video from my latest video where I was talking about the remake of Child's Play, and I basically did a review of that entire movie that I've seen, and I gave my thoughts on it, and I've pretty much like said all I needed to say about that remake. I really don't want to revisit it again because every time I think about it, it gives me this weird feeling. So, or I know I always have weird feelings, but like this one is like really, it's a different kind of weird. It's just really not uneasy. I don't even know the words for it. Like I'm so over the remake, but of Child's Play. But yeah, I am reviewing a movie that I believe I reviewed the trailer for it like a while ago, and this movie is called Brightburn. And if you guys haven't seen my video for that on that trailer, or my reaction to the trailer, and then I talked about it a little bit, what I thought about the trailer, you guys can visit that, and it's on my channel. Plenty of videos on my channel, but that specific video is definitely on my channel. So if you guys want to go check that out where I do the reaction, you guys could pause, you can go do that, or you can finish watching this video and do that afterwards. So, I recently watched Brightburn, and I actually meant to watch it like right after it was released. Not right after it was released, but like some time after it was released. But when I found out that it was released, I ended up watching it like jailbroken, but it was just really awesome. I actually love that movie so much. I love Brightburn. This movie is, to me, a whole other level of horror, and very supernaturalistic or sci-fi-esque sort of. It just gives off those kind of vibes. That's where what I take from when I was watching the movie. So yeah, Brightburn. Without further ado, I'm just gonna get into this review, and you guys have any comments about this movie or any questions about this movie or about my review, please feel free to comment what you feel, what you think. I will be more than happy to listen to you guys' comments. Thank you so much. Okay, so first off about this movie, Brightburn. I did mention in the video where I did reaction to the movie that this movie kind of gave me some sort of like superhero slash villain vibes, but when I watched the movie, I was sort of right, but I don't really know like how to place this character as this child who's been found by this couple like late at night in the woods that's fallen from the sky or something, or yeah, of that nature. And of course he's not Clark Kent, okay guys? No. But I feel like this movie is kind of trying to emulate that, but like they're trying to like, this movie was trying to bring back the horrific aspects of that, maybe, or because I've read many reviews about it saying there was a lot of reviews about this movie surrounding a character that's trying to portray like, I don't know, an evil Superman, which I don't think so. I think it kind of reminds you of that. I think it kind of like resonates with that a little bit, but to me, I think that this boy, who was not from Earth, of course, who obviously wasn't from Earth, was from a different planet probably, and whatever planet or whatever place he came from, foreign place he came from, he was probably taught some evil, not necessarily taught, because he was a baby, like he was an infant child when he was brought to Earth. But I feel like whatever or wherever he came from, probably the inhabitants that were there, wherever he came from, probably practiced or probably were some evil beings or something like that. I don't know, because as he grew older into this sort of preteen, he started having these really messed up dreams, these really like evil dreams about taking over the world. So essentially this child who was brought to Earth, he was he I feel like it's like sort of like destiny or fate for him to be the one who just ends the world, because he has these superpowers that can be very dangerous, that is like fatal to mankind. So I think once he discovers his power, he feels like or even if he doesn't feel like it, like I feel like he doesn't have a choice really, because I feel like at some point he his personality changed throughout the film, where once he found out how powerful he was, he started to abuse that power, and in the end he turned into he became this villain. He became very dangerous and, you know, the one to kill everyone. So I like that sort of aspect of the movie, where it's not about like this kid finds out his superpowers and he tries to save people. No, because that was never the case. He never used his powers to save people. Once he figured out that he had these powers, these superhuman powers that's beyond human strength, okay, he was shocked, and then he started to have like dreams about different kinds of like there's actually this particular symbol that was in the movie, and it was shown throughout the movie, where he was drawing it in his little notebook where he just doodles and stuff, and you know, he saw it in his dreams when he, you know, and also there was this the parents, the couple, they hid something in the barn. It's basically like the thing, or so I don't know what to call it. I guess it's like a small little shuttle he came in once he landed on Earth as an infant child. They hid it in the barn and locked it up and everything, and I guess it glows whenever he comes near it. The child comes near it, and it's wild. Like, this movie was literally out of, like, I was impressed by this movie. I really was. I actually enjoyed watching this movie. Because not only is this child, this child isn't just a child. Like, this child is supposed to be the one who ends the world. The one, he was essentially sent on the planet to end the world by whatever. We don't know who or what sent him to this planet, but we know that his intentions on this planet is not to save people. It is to end people. It is to take over mankind. So it is to bring destruction, ruin, all that disastrous stuff. So, you know, it makes sense, and it made sense from the beginning of the movie. I just already knew that this wasn't going to be about, you know, a kid finding his superpowers, saving people, and then somehow turning bad. That doesn't make any sense to me, because based off what I saw from the trailers, it pretty much signified what this movie was going to be about. I never got the attention that it was going to be, oh, evil Superman. Like, a Superman turning evil, or no, that just didn't make sense to me. So, you know, it was pretty strong. It was a very strong plot to me, and good acting. The acting was just so good. It was so good. And in a way, this movie, with the relationships between the father and the son and the mother and the son, um, it really reminded me of The Prodigy, which is another film that I really enjoyed. I just really enjoyed watching because the acting was so good, and they're like, I can kind of compare um, the boy that was in The Prodigy, who was being kind of like possessed by this older male figure who is a serial killer in his past life, and kind of like he's coming back, taking over this child's body, trying to cause mayhem. But essentially, he just wanted to just find this girl that he left behind that he was trying to kill in his past life, and he didn't succeed, and he was basically coming back in his body to finish the job. But I feel like the relationships between the father and the son in Brightburn were kind of resonating with that in Prodigy. I didn't really mean to bring the Prodigy into this, but that's just something that I had to point out because the relationships are very similar. There was a couple things that I noticed in the film with the symbol what's his Brandon. His name is Brandon Breyer. The symbols that he kept seeing in his dreams and kept like writing everywhere, that is essentially his initials, Brandon Breyer, and it literally looks like a B and another B, just like reflecting. It's kind of like a reflection of each other. Like the B is over here, but it's kind of like it's definitely a symbol of what he stands, like what he stood for, and it's definitely a symbol of what he kept seeing in his dreams. He also started to draw himself like in this like red sort of ski mask looking thing that went off into like a red cape, which I will say it does resonate with the story and the origins of Superman. And I didn't even want to believe it, but there's been many reviews that I've watched and many reviews that I've just read up on about that particular aspect of this character, Brandon Breyer. Like this entire film, this entire plot, this story is kind of based off the story of Superman, of his origins. I think this is basically saying, what if Superman was evil? Basically, what if he turned, like, what if he just lost his marbles? Like, what if the tables were turned? What if everything was completely different? Like, it wasn't just about the superhero saving everybody. What if he came down from Earth and found like discovered how powerful he was and his power, and discovered that he wasn't human? What if he discovered that and decided to abuse that power? What if he decided to like not see the good in it and just cause carnage? The truth is he could take over the world because he's that strong. And it is definitely shown in Brightburn. It's definitely shown that he would bring mayhem, carnage, just disaster, people dying. His anger, his emotions can be driven through his actions, and I feel like this character Brandon in Brightburn, he doesn't know how to control his emotions, and he doesn't even try to. Once he discovers why he's truly here on Earth, because he never understood. He knew he was different. He never understood why. He never understood where he came from. So once he finds out sort of where he came from, or not necessarily where he came from, but like the symbols and the messages that sent to him through his dreams, and all that that messaging that he gets in the back of his head or the back of his mind, he takes that, whatever evil is talking to him in the back of his mind, he takes that and follows through with it. And I think I just love the way they did that with this movie, how they made this child not even think twice about what he was doing, that it was wrong. He's doing it because it's what he was made to do. So he's basically the ender of worlds or whatever you want to call it. But as far as like the horror movie aspect, I did like it because there was a lot of suspenseful moments in this movie, some very scary, which I loved, very very creepy moments in this movie with this child, and a lot of like just moments in this movie where you're questioning this character, like, okay, is he really gonna kill his own mother? Is he really gonna kill his own father? Well, spoiler alert, yes, I am not. This video is not spoiler free, so if you haven't watched this movie yet, and if you do not want to know what I'm about to say, you know, to spoil the movie, you can click off this video right now if you want. Fine, but I'm going to spoil it. So, spoiler, he does kill his mother, and he does kill his father. So there's that. Anyone who got in his way, where he felt he was unloved or not even trusted or anything. I think at some point he did want to do good. At some point, it was like, but it was never a big thing, you know. He did want to do good, but he just couldn't control himself. And I think when his mother told him that she loved him and everything, and you know, she knows that there's good in him, but she tried to stab him. Okay, she tried to end him. That's what ticked him off. Okay, that's what made him kill her. So yeah, he's terrorized people in this movie. He's very terrifying, okay? This character, Brandon, he's very terrifying. And his mother and father, or we don't even know, of course we know that this couple is not his biological mother and father, okay? We both know that. They found him in the woods, wrapped in this, like, red cape thing, kind of like Superman wise, you know. It definitely threw off some Superman vibes when that scene was shown, when they found him as a little baby in the woods, crashed down from wherever, and he was wrapped in this red blanket. So yeah, that definitely made me think about Superman at that moment. But you know, the fact that they turned this into a horror movie, I think it's very effective for this to be a horror movie, because the way it was like set up, and the way that the characters were set up, and how everything was just put together, it was never, I felt, throughout watching the movie, I was never hopeful for this character. I was never hopeful for anyone. I just felt like everyone was gonna pretty much die when I saw him first. When I first saw him, I want to say the part where he kills his uncle, that signified a lot. I was like, oh wow, well, if he's gonna kill his uncle, then he could possibly kill his mom or his, you know, his father. And I was just shocked, like, okay, so this boy is completely relentless. Like, he's not holding back, you know. He's killing. So overall, I thought it was a very good movie. I thought it was very effective in the movie, like in the plot and the story, and you know, every single character's involvement in the story, I feel like it just fits and it worked. Everything just made sense going into it. And I think one of the most creepiest scenes in this movie is where he's kind of being sort of, he's playing games with this girl, and this girl in his class, who I thought in the beginning were gonna, you know, they were gonna have this like little innocent crush on each other, but like no, it turned into like this terrible, like it turned into this like strained relationship where Brandon is like terrorizing this girl in his class in school. When she's alone at home, he's playing like this kind of like, I don't want to say, but like very like romantic sort of music on her laptop, and it's kind of like a ghost was in there, but she cuts it off and then it turns back on again. It's freaking her out, and he ends up breaking her hand, I think, her wrist or her arm or something like, yeah. He ends up doing that, and that's when I knew, like, okay, this kid is nothing to mess with. Like, he's not playing around. He's not gonna be all hesitant about this stuff. He broke her arm, and I'm like, what? Like, that surprised me, and I just love that. I love I love it, and I was really now that I'm thinking about it, I remember when I was doing a review on the trailer of this movie, and I saw that part in the trailer where the girl had pushed him down and he broke her arm in the trailer. But now when I saw the whole movie, I found out, like, well, in the movie I saw the entire reason behind him doing that. So they were playing this like trust fall game in class or whatever, and she didn't catch him. Prior to that, the reason why she didn't catch him is because, of course, she doesn't trust him, because even before then, he was messing with her, trying to like freak her out, scare her, and everything, and she was ultimately just like scared of him. So that's why she didn't even catch him, and he was taken aback by that, but then he ended up breaking her wrist. I was like, oh, okay, so that's why. So she's not a bully. She was not a bully in the beginning of the movie. She wasn't. She actually sort of liked him, but once he started to portray this very strange behavior, this very impulsive and kind of creepy behavior, I think that's when she that was a turn off for her. I know I'm using these words like turn off, but these guys are just kids, but in a sense, he's like, I feel like he's not just a kid. I feel like he has those very evil urges inside of him that's making him do this, terrorizing the people around him and ultimately this girl. So this is something that my eye caught in the movie, and that I realized, like, whoa, I made a review about this trailer thinking that the situation was this, but it turned out not to be. It was completely different, and I made a minor mistake on that, which is perfectly fine, because that's just what happens. That's the difference between watching the trailer and the movie. Like, the trailer can give you a sense of the movie and how things are going to go. But when you watch the full movie, you're like, wait a minute, the trailer said this, but the movie is saying something very different. That's the beauty of trailers and movies. How don't just base your beliefs from the trailer. Like, don't just believe that, okay, this is how the movie's gonna be once you watch the trailer. No. You want to watch the entire movie, okay? You don't want to just watch the trailer and think, okay, that's what that movie's about. No. You will have to watch the movie to completely envelop and completely, like, understand the characters and understand what's driving these characters to do what they do. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this movie. I really enjoyed Brightburn. It was a very enjoyable movie to watch. I feel like it was 100% suspenseful. A lot of suspenseful moments in this movie. A lot of like shocking moments in this movie that I just loved. I just loved it. And what I really loved is by the end of the movie, the ending credits, they were playing Bad Guy by Billie Eilish. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all. I really loved that because it makes sense. Like, it fits with the entire story of the movie. Bad Guy. He's the bad guy. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Tell me what you think about Brightburn. I know that this movie already came out in May and it's like August now, so it's like 3 months later. But I just felt like I didn't want to skip up on this movie because once I saw the trailer, I really was interested in doing a review on this movie when I saw it. And when I saw it recently, I thought, what, I gotta make a review about it. I gotta give you my thoughts, my feelings about it, and I just did. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment what you think about this video, comment what you think about the movie. I would be more than happy to respond and, chat with you guys about the movie, or, just comment whatever you think or feel about this review or about the movie. I would really, really be I would be so glad to answer your questions about anything, about this channel, what new you want to see from me, anything. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Once again, please like, subscribe. I will be making more videos in the future about new movies that are coming out that I am so so happy to see. Like It Chapter 2, for instance, cannot wait to see that movie once it is finally released. So yeah, thank you guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video.